We go on now to Car Share, which is what Luke wants to talk about, I think. Your pick of the week, I believe. You've got Peter Kay and Sean Gibson back as John and Kaylee. Kaylee now has moved away from where she was living before, meaning that John can't give her lifts in the morning because she lives with her sister. The beginning of it, she's getting the bus and then the tram and things like that, and keeps cutting in and out. They're now talking via phone calls. I personally like the second episode better, where it wasn't them going to work, it's them going to works do. Yeah. It was a costume party. John and Kaylee had gone as Harry Potter and Hagrid, which was a nice visual gag. And I did like as well how Forever FM they got them to do like the late night love songs,
love songs, and the late night dance as well.
I believe this was your favourite show of 2015 when we did our list.
It was. It's just one of the warmest comedies we've had for a while. In the land of The Office and
Fleabag.
Two people get on, they have a laugh, and we can laugh with them and at them at times.
That's why we like Mum so much, I think.
Yeah, and Detectorists as well for the same reason. I just thought it was lovely. I just like spending time with these people, and we say it so infrequently how we don't like this person and this person's annoying and all that.
And I think we'll be saying that in about a minute.
I do like spending time with these people, and I would spend as much time with them as the BBC would.
I don't feel it needs, when it goes a bit sort of sweary or a bit like, for example, in that first episode, I suppose it needed it for the later gags where he has a go at the guy from Detectorists who's on the bike.
I did like that. I love Peter Kay in this. I think he's the most comedic and also least comedic.
One thing I will say is, do you want to see those two get together? Because they sort of almost kissed at the end of episode 2. It was interesting having another supermarket employee in the car with them, because it's like everyone's talking about you two. They think you're in a relationship. Yeah. Does it need Guy Garvey as
every show needs Guy Garvey, I would like to say.
As Kaylee's bike-loving...
elbowing himself in.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think it's a way of showing that John is interested in anything to do with Kaylee's life. So he's happy to get out the car and chat to someone and do that bloke thing about talking about bikes. So it works for me on that.
Now,
do you not agree? Is it not one of the easiest, warmest
I agree.
shows on TV?
Whereas Bucket, which is a new BBC 4, very much a BBC 4 comedy, mostly a road trip, stars Miriam Margolyes as Mim and Frogstone as Fran, her daughter. The bucket of the title is Mim's bucket list. Mim certainly tells Fran that she's dying, whether she is or not. I think the revelation at the end will probably be that she's not dying. So we need to do this bucket list now, and I want to spend some time with you. They end up at Norfolk's miniature village, which is apparently Norfolk's answer to Disneyland. And one of my favourite lines is, "What was the question?" It's basically them arguing. Miriam Margolyes is basically playing an extension of herself. If you've ever seen her on the Graham Norton show, she's very inappropriate. I didn't mind this. There were moments where I went, oh yeah, I quite like this. I liked the character, Fran's character. I felt that Miriam Margolyes was a bit overplaying it, and I think I prefer Miriam Margolyes when she's just herself, when you just see her on chat shows and things like that, because she felt too scripted in this. She felt
too... This is the next line. For some reason, I couldn't get past the fact that these two were just remembering lines of dialogue.
The character of Fran, when she was on her own, felt more natural. I felt Miriam Margolyes felt like she was just reciting lines or reciting the plot. I think I expect more from a BBC 4 sitcom, because we got, Getting On, we got the thick of it. Even stuff that hasn't worked all the time, like Puppy Love, was watchable. There wasn't enough in there. There were moments in this where I thought, oh, okay. But for the most part, I just felt...
I've seen better. Bored like me, and I've seen better.
And there's enough car comedies on at the moment. It's come along at the wrong time, really.